The night settled over the coastal town like a heavy blanket, the sound of the waves drifting up the streets and echoing between the small houses. After the strange glow in the water and the silent man on the boardwalk, Junaid and Zara had decided to get off the beach immediately. Now they stood in Junaid's small living room, a tidy space filled with books, maps, and half-finished sketches of coastlines. The wooden box lay on the table between them, its spiral carving faintly pulsing again, as if reacting to the shifting tides outside. Zara paced back and forth. Okay. Let's list everything we know. 1. Your notebook is changing on its own. 2. The beach behaved like it was alive today. And 3. Some mysterious person apparently called the keeper is following us. And 4. Junaid added quietly, the warning said not to trust him. Zara stopped pacing. Right. That part. A soft gust of wind rattled the window, and the ocean's roar felt louder than usual, almost like it was pushing closer. Junaid sat down and opened the notebook again. The new symbol, the outline of a man standing on a shore, was now fully visible. And beneath it, new writing had appeared, he waits where the tide meets the truth. Zara leaned over his shoulder. What does that even mean? I don't know, Junaid whispered. But I think he's been watching us for longer than we realized. Before she could respond, there was a faint knock at the door. Both froze. Not a loud banging. Just a soft, steady knock, almost polite. Exactly like the warning voice they'd heard earlier. Zara shook her head firmly. We're not opening that. Junaid moved slowly toward the door but didn't touch the handle. Who's there? A voice answered. Calm. Deep. Controlled. Junaid. I know you've found the box. Zara mouthed, don't say anything. The voice continued, you're in danger. Both of you. And if you want to open the door, then listen carefully. Junaid and Zara exchanged a terrified look. I am the keeper of the shore, the man said. And what you carry is not simply an artifact. It is a key. Zara whispered, a key to what? As if answering her thought, the voice continued, a key to something buried. Something older than this coastline. Something the tides have kept hidden for generations. Junaid's grip on the notebook tightened. Why did the ocean glow? What's waking up? The man didn't answer. Instead, he left something on the doorstep. A soft thud echoed through the apartment and then his footsteps retreated, slow and deliberate. Tap. 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 Zara waited until the sound disappeared completely before daring to open the door. On the doorstep was a sealed envelope. Junaid glanced up and down the hallway. Empty. Completely empty. He picked up the envelope and quickly shut the door. Inside the envelope was a small, faded map. The coastline looked familiar, the cliffs near Southport Point. A red X was drawn on a section labeled the Drowned Cavern. Zara frowned. I know that place. My dad showed me those cliffs when I was younger. He said people stayed away because the waves there were unpredictable. And dangerous, Junaid added. People avoid them for a reason. On the back of the map was a handwritten message, meet the tide by dawn. Or the sea will choose for you. Zara folded her arms. Nope. No way. This sounds like a trap. It probably is, Junaid admitted. But the notebook, the glowing water, the rumbling, it's all pointing towards something happening out there. They both looked toward the window, where the ocean reflected the moonlight like a sheet of shifting silver. Zara sat down slowly. If the keeper wants us there, and the warning says not to trust him, then how do we know who's telling the truth? Junaid thought for a long moment. Finally he said, maybe neither of them is telling the whole truth. And maybe that's what we need to figure out. Zara nodded. Okay. Then we need a plan. They packed their things: torches, a portable lantern, a compass, water bottles, and the wooden box. Zara borrowed one of Junaid's spare hoodies since the coastal wind had been getting colder with every hour. When they stepped outside, the night air felt heavier than before. The wind carried a strange hum, not quite a whistle, not quite a vibration, but something between the two, like the ocean was trying to speak. They walked quickly toward the cliffs, the town lights fading behind them as the path curved alongside the quiet shoreline. Halfway there, Junaid stopped. Look, he said softly. The tide had pulled unusually far back, revealing dark rocks that were usually covered underwater. Pools of glowing orange shimmered between them, as if tiny flames danced beneath the surface. Zara whispered, that's the same glow from earlier. They continued, climbing the rocky path toward the cliffs. When they reached the top, the wind whipped around them, carrying the roar of waves crashing far below. Junaid unfolded the map. It says the entrance is somewhere along the left edge of the cliffs. They moved carefully, watching each step. The moonlight flickered on the water below, and the cliff seemed to stretch endlessly. Then Zara spotted something. Junaid. There. A narrow gap between two large rocks. A faint glow came from inside. They exchanged a glance, a mixture of fear and curiosity. This must be the drowned cavern, Junaid said. As they approached the entrance, the wooden box in Junaid's backpack began to pulse with a soft, steady glow, almost like it was sensing the cavern. The notebook vibrated slightly. Zara stepped closer to the gap, shining her torch inside. It goes deeper. I can see water, but it's not rising. It's staying still. That's impossible, Junaid murmured. These caverns fill and empty with every wave. Unless, Zara finished his thought aloud, something is holding the tide back. They took a cautious step inside. The air grew cooler, the sound of crashing waves faded, replaced by a deep, rhythmic rumble that felt like the heartbeat of the cavern itself. The glow brightened. Symbols, the same ones from Junaid's notebook, appeared along the walls, faintly shimmering. Junaid's voice shook. It's like the cave is alive. Zara pointed ahead. And someone was here before us. Footprints. Wet footprints. Leading deeper into the cavern. Junaid felt his heart drop. The keeper had already arrived. Zara whispered, do we keep going? Junaid inhaled slowly, steadying himself. We came this far, he said. Whatever is waking up, whatever these symbols mean, we need to know the truth. They followed the footprints into the glowing darkness, deeper into the mystery the tides were hiding. And somewhere ahead, unseen but surely waiting, the keeper of the shore stepped deeper into the cavern, knowing they were coming.